to have a age limit. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Austin. That's amazing. Yeah, the chat box is open. You can go ahead and share. Just tell us your name, maybe what you love doing, and one expectation maybe from the workshop. You can still unmute and share with us. Yeah. Yeah, as people are sharing, I would like to request the importance leadership team members maybe to introduce themselves. We are starting with Shema. Shema, once you're done, you can pick the next person to proceed. Yeah. Elaine, thank you so much. That's interesting. We are starting with Shema. Shema, once you're done, you can pick the next person.
Good afternoon, good evening, guys. My name is Shema. I work with Importance Leadership. I'm in charge of IT and marketing, but majorly IT support and development.
Quando una puta aveva uno che una idea, senza idea quella background.
Welcome to the event. I hope we learn a lot from this, and we are expecting to try answer all the questions you might have today, and also learn one or two from you guys. So welcome to the workshop, and thank you very much.
Biola, thank you so much, Shema. Fabiola, you can go ahead.
Okay. Maybe before Fabiola comes on, I would like to suggest, if it's okay, we can all turn on our videos, because this event is being live on YouTube. So it would be okay if we turned on all our videos kindly, if you are comfortable with that.
Thank you so much. I was almost mentioning the same. Thank you.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Fabiola Baraka. I work with Importance Leadership in the finance department and also in the secretariat department. I'm excited to be here. I'm looking forward to learn on how to get scholarship on platforms that we can use to get scholarships, and also how to apply for those scholarships, because sometimes you might be able to know that scholarships are out, but we are not equipped with what we need to best suit for the scholarship or qualify for the scholarship. So I'm looking forward to learn on how to go about it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Fabiola. Yeah, Wase, you can proceed. I think you are muted, Wase, we can't hear you.
So hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. I am Wase Joyez, and I currently live in Kenya. So I am the secretary in the Importance Leadership, and I'm welcoming you all. Feel free. Your ideas, your suggestions are needed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Wasi. That's interesting. Grace, you are on. Okay, if Grace is not around, I think we can welcome Mr. Fiston to just introduce himself and give us a brief overview of importance leadership here as we proceed.
Hello, my name is Fiston Dashimie, and I am the founder and CEO of Importance Leadership, and I live in the United States, and I welcome you all to this session. I think we are all going to learn a lot about scholarships and education, and I really welcome you to listen and get something from this and share with other people and work with other people and help other young people to get the education and thrive. That's what we're here. Pacific, if I can excuse myself, I'll get back on the introduction of importance leadership, if that's okay with you. I'm gonna come back to that. Is that okay with you?
Sure, that's fine.
All right.
Yeah, we can proceed with the workshop. As we all know, the main purpose of the workshop is to just discuss about scholarship opportunities and the importance of education. As refugees, people have been living in a refugee setting. You know, some of the issues that refugees face in terms of accessing quality education. Yeah, we know that the refugees are capable people. They are able to do a lot of things, but they face a lot of challenges in terms of accessing quality education, especially post-secondary education. And at Importance Leadership, we do more advocacy in terms of accessing quality education, especially for refugees and some other underserved people within our community. Yeah, and today we have our two main speakers who are going to share with us regarding the importance of education and also some of the available opportunities globally. We have Miriam. She's a resilient and she's also a determined lady from DRC who is currently resettled in Canada. Yeah, also despite of facing several challenges, she remains dedicated to pursue her post-secondary studies, and she's currently pursuing her undergraduate education at the University of Manitoba. And we believe that she's going to share with us some education journey and also some of the available opportunities. Yeah, we also have Solange. She has been the UNHCR youth champion worldwide. She's really doing a great job. She's also the co-founder of the Refugee Youth Changemakers, which is one of the organizations that is focusing on the refugees, and she's really doing a great job. She also holds a bachelor's degree in agronomy engineer from the Earth University in Costa Rica. She's really doing a great job, and she's currently pursuing her master's in New York. We believe that her experience, especially in the refugee setting, we benefit all of us here. Yeah, she's also a member of the Global Advisory Committee for the 2024 Global Youth Economic Opportunities. Yeah, she's really blessed with a lot of I can say opportunities. Yeah, I believe that you are going to share more and also learn. Yeah. Because of time, I think we can just allow our first speaker to proceed. Miriam, you can go ahead and share with us. And if possible, we can have our cameras on as Shema said. Yeah. Thank you, Miriam. You can go ahead.
Thank you, Paswick. My name is Miriam Beza, as he said. I currently live in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, and there's not much to know about me specifically, I guess, but I am a student in University of Manitoba, and I currently just finished my first year in university. And just to get the context, Pacific, what do I start with discussing? Am I gonna start with the importance of the education and everything, or do I just proceed to talk about like myself more? Just to know the context of it. Sorry.
You can just start with any that works for you.
Okay. I guess I'll just start with talking a little bit about like my journey, my education journey. I started most of my life. I lived in Kenya, and I did my primary school and my secondary school in Kenya. I studied in primary school. I was living in Rongai, so I studied there for my primary. I moved to high school in St. George's Girls High School, and that's where I finished all my 4 years of high school. Just before I could do my KCAC, I had to move to Canada, and I wasn't able to do my national exam. So when I arrived here, it was a bit tricky for me because they require, like for the requirements of universities here, you must present the national exam results and not your normal transcripts. So it was a bit tricky. I had to look for ways to kind of manipulate it, get a diploma here, and apply with that. And yeah, that's how I applied to my university, and I got in with basically it helped me. My transcripts from Kenya kind of mixed the results from both areas, and that's what I used to apply to my university. And yeah, and currently I'm entering the nursing program. That's what I'm doing, and I still have 2.5 years in school, but we're pushing. That's basically my education journey. Maybe if I'm asked, maybe in the Q&A or something, maybe I can respond to more questions about it into more details, but that's just the overall of it. And yeah, I was given a couple of things to talk about, just like to touch on, and I'll just give the next speaker to speak more about it. I was given a few things to kind of touch on. The first thing was to talk about the importance of education among us, mostly among us as the youth. And there's a lot of importance that comes to education, obviously. The first one that I thought of is financial security among us, especially us here in this kind of countries abroad and everything. It's very important to be secure in your future, to know that tomorrow you will have a secure job, to know that tomorrow you're not gonna be doing this, we call it here minimum jobs. But yeah, that's what education gives you. It gives you that security. It gives you that knowing that tomorrow you're not gonna be struggling to find jobs. You're gonna have your certificate or your degree or your diploma to apply for good jobs, to get better paying jobs. So you're gonna have more financial security. The second one I thought of when I was thinking of the importance of education was the building of our communities. because as we always hear people say is the youth, we are the future of tomorrow. We are the builders of all we're of our communities. We're the leaders. We are everything. So with education, you develop those leadership skills. You develop that critical mind. You develop that community. So when we all come together, you're studying engineering. I'm studying medical. I'm in medical school. Others are doing other things and other things. When we all come together, it's a strong community. It's a strong leadership. And that's what education gives you. So it gives you that ability to be able to build your community much better. So we have all these things that are coming up recently, the digital, the innovations, and all that. You need the knowledge to kind of operate everything that comes with it. And that's what education gives you. It gives you a broader mind. You are able to have a broader mind and do all those innovations. So kind of it comes with innovations basically. And I gotta touch on this just because I'm a girl or I'm a woman, and where we come from or our community, it used to be quite hard for girls or women to be able to attend schools. Even now, I know it's still a struggle in some areas, and what education gives us, it gives us gender equality. Basically, we're able to kind of navigate through all those gender roles and kind of know we don't differentiate between women and men when it comes to education now. We kind of like make it all equal. So it's an opportunity for especially for women who are underprivileged. Like even now, like you find in other areas women are not able to attend schools. So it gives us a space for equality. Yeah, so those are kind of the importance that I came up with when it comes to education now as the youth and the importance of it. So yeah, and I was also told to kind of touch on the struggles or the what we struggle with when we're pursuing education, and I mostly wanted to touch on the higher education, like the universities, because most people tend to drop out right after high school. So I just wanted to touch on that. And the first thing I thought of was an inability to pay for it. The poverty or the lack of tuition. So that is something that many of us struggled with coming from countries like Kenya, going to universities. Like when I was in high school, you would be thinking how you going to pay for universities, how you going to do that. And that's where like the whole concept of scholarships comes in, because now you have to look for ways to actually acquire those scholarships and be able to attend those schools, because it is possible. We tend to give up really fast and be like it's not going to work out, or maybe, and it always looks like there's no way because it's the tuition and you have to pay for it. But there is always a way, and that's basically the whole thing about this workshop. Is we're going to discuss about like the whole scholarship thing and how we can navigate through all those struggles and be able to attend those schools. So yeah, the first thing I thought of was the poverty or inability to pay for the tuition. The next thing which I really struggled with as well was not okay. I can't say me personally, but I've seen it happen when lack of guidance. A lot of us are not able to have people that went to those schools, or maybe have the knowledge to tell us to push us to go there. So we tend to not go to schools out of ignorance. Like you're not aware of it, you have no knowledge of it, and nobody has ever sat you down and talk to you through it. So you don't know anything about it. It's kind of a lack of guidance, and you don't know the importance of it. So we struggle with that, and you're not able to actually have anything to look up to because nobody's teaching you to go to those schools. Nobody's encouraging you to go there. So it's kind of a struggle, really, among even my own people, that we don't tend to encourage each other to actually push towards education. We tend to be like, it's something basic, no guidance, no nothing. So it's kind of a discouragement because you don't tend to find people to push you or to tell you, go there, study, it is important for you. So I think those are the main struggles that I found especially among even my own people, that we struggle with. And we're going to talk about how to navigate through it. Yeah, I guess that's what I have to say for now. Pacific?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Miriam. That's really, really amazing. Yeah. We know that we have so many, in fact, people who move from countries to countries, but when they reach there, they tend to ignore education, simply because of maybe their previous education background. As you said, you came without completing that is KCSE, but you proceeded and then you are now pursuing your undergraduate studies, which is something great. This is all I can say, just because of dedication. Yeah. People tend to, once they move from one country to another, they just forget about education and maybe proceed with other things. As again, a reminder of people who might be willing maybe to move from one country to another, again, to stick on education, because education is important everywhere. Whether you move from one country to another, education is something that someone cannot take away from you. If you have education, you have education. Again, for the challenges that we faced, very, very clear, and I can say they are common to all of us here. And I think we are going to navigate and see some of the possible solutions to those challenges. One of the issues that you talked about is about lack of guidance. And even for me, I can just call it community perspective. If someone is not willing to go to school, they tend to even encourage you, or even not even support you in terms of accessing education. So community, I can say community is one of the things that affects most of the people. You've also talked about financial issues, and I believe that we all know how it affects all of us here. Yeah, thank you for that. Maybe we'll have Q&A session. Those people who have questions, you can ask. If you have something to add, you can also add. In the interest of time, I think we can welcome Solange to proceed. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Pacific, and thanks for the first speaker. That was really inspiring, and I can resonate with almost everything that you talked about. And yeah, my name is Solange Ngabire. I'm originally from DRC, but I was born and raised in Rwanda as a refugee, and I got an opportunity to go to Costa Rica, where I graduated in agriculture engineering. And the challenges of accessing higher education are real. And I'll be real with you guys. Growing up in a refugee camp, attending my primary in a refugee camp, being taught by high school graduates, like people who are not really equipped or qualified to be teachers. It starts from there. It starts from primary. And your background, your education background affects your access to higher education. But there is hope that, it is possible. It's still possible to access higher education, though you have to really work hard towards accessing higher education. So I completed my primary in the refugee camp in Rwanda, did my junior high school in a refugee camp in Rwanda. Luckily enough, I got the opportunity to go to senior high school in a boarding school. And yeah, that's how my life really changed, because, I got to study with people from Rwanda, people from across different provinces. And when I graduated high school, that was really an achievement because that's what I've seen people doing. You know, you're a refugee, you just go graduate high school, that's all. Like the dream of going to university, you know, don't ask me about that. But there's one thing that I've always wanted. I always wanted people to see me beyond my status, you know, to see me beyond being a refugee. And that's why I went to school, really. I was like, I just was looking for validation. I was like, I want people to respect me. I don't want people to overlook me just because I'm a refugee. And that's what education adds. That's the value that education adds to people. And so I started applying, and that process is freaking hard, really. Navigating scholarships is hard. And the hardest thing is it's even the awareness, you know, like getting to know, are there opportunities for me? Because nobody shared them with me. And I've never seen anybody applying. I wrote my very first essay when I was 18. That's the very first time I wrote an essay. And it didn't make sense at all because that was my very first time that I'm writing an essay. But I tried anyway and tried different opportunities, failed, got rejections. And first of all, my English was really bad. It's not good now, but at least it's better than that time. And, you know, like navigating the whole application in English, resources, you know, you just have a small smartphone, you don't have a laptop, you're just buying, you know, we call them amamega in Rwanda, like you're just buying internet, you're just struggling to even finish one application. It was really hard. And I'm just there to encourage, if you're going through it right now, just know that we've been there and we've made it, you know. And so I tried. I remember the very first interview that I had, I was interviewed by a Nigerian. And every question I could ask him, could you repeat? Because I quite couldn't get what he was asking because I just started in Kinyarwanda, in French, in Kiswahili. Like there are a lot of just languages that was being taught in the refugee camp. So graduating, my English was really bad. And I knew like that very first interview I failed because I couldn't understand. But I didn't give up, kept applying. That was in 2018. That's when I graduated, and I got a scholarship in 2020. And those are like 2 years after I graduated high school. And I went to Costa Rica. Again, it's about persistent, really, and you know, looking for support when needed. I know we don't have a lot of role models, you know, we don't have people to guide us and tell us, do this, apply to this, but your efforts matter, you know, like if you want something, make sure that you're working towards it. And going to Costa Rica, I had to navigate, you know, another language, learning Spanish, which was also another journey. But again, by persistent and by knowing what I want, because I knew that it's only through education that people are going to respect me. It's only through education that I'm going to be, you know, self-independent. And yeah, I went there, graduated from Costa Rica. And that's changed everything. Education really have changed everything. I advocate for the rights of other refugees. I've got the opportunity to speak at different events, international, global stages. I've moved to countries. And I'm not speaking this to show off. I'm just, you know, telling you how education can really change your life. And yeah, I mean, a lot of benefits the previous speaker have mentioned, but education can change your life. Education can transform your life. And challenges are there, you know. Opportunities are very limited. So you have to be very smart, you know, for you to qualify for this opportunity. And being smart, that I'm saying, is not having good grades. You might have good grades, but if you don't know how to defend them, or if you don't know how to sell them, you know, they're useless. So I'm saying this, you know, just be smart in every aspect. Use your story. You know, I've used my story to secure a lot of opportunities. People are there looking for vulnerable students to help. You know, like people are there looking for people with stories like yours. So instead of saying, oh, I'm a refugee, therefore I won't do anything, no, just say, I'm a refugee, therefore I will use my refugee status to secure these scholarship opportunities. So what I would really say is, there are challenges, there are common challenges. You're not alone in that. You're not the first person to face that challenge. You're not the last person to face that challenge, but there are always solutions in which you can navigate them. And yeah, I'll be happy to really answer any question regarding, how you can navigate scholarship opportunities, and also like, the importance of education. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Solange. That's really, really interesting. I can see there is a great connection between the first speaker and the second. And I've been stressing about like being dedicated in each and everything that you do. See, no one will force you to go to school. No one will force you to apply for scholarships. Yeah, scholarships are there and they're limited, as you say. And I think what matters most, as you say, is just the efforts and the commitment that you put in. You might be a smart guy, you might have maybe great grades, but if you're not committed, or if you're not committed in terms of application, you might face some challenges. We have people who just wait, maybe they can just wait for one scholarship per year to come, instead of maybe doing multiple applications. Sometimes you can apply and forget what you have applied for, which is something that helps. Yeah, thank you so much for that. And I believe you'll get time to share with us some of the available opportunities. If some people have been following you on LinkedIn account, I think almost daily you share with us some of the available opportunities, especially for refugees. Yeah, that's interesting. And we can move to the Q&A session. If someone has a question, if you have something to add, you can just unmute and share with us before. Solange, I don't know whether you can go ahead and share with us the available opportunities, or if they can ask questions first.
Oh yeah, I can share the few that I know. I mean, as you said, there are a lot of scholarship opportunities available, and it's important to keep in mind the deadlines. I would say that there's always opportunities that comes every day, and it also depends on where you want to go to. For instance, if I am a refugee in Rwanda and I want to pursue my undergrad in Rwanda, there are always opportunities. There is Mastercard Foundation, there is Daffy Scholarship, there is Kepler, through Iteme program. There is African Leadership University, but they also have, deadlines. Again, if you want to apply maybe in the United States, there are different programs. There's, summer program, there's fall program, there's spring program. So it really depends on you and where do you want to go to, and am I actually eligible for that? Because sometimes I might want to go to the United States, but am I eligible, to go there? Maybe that my grades, are my grades eligible for that, or is my background, eligible for that? But because there are some countries that, are not maybe allowed to access certain opportunities. So I think we can start from there, like based on what I have. For instance, I personally wanted to do, general medicine in Rwanda, but my grades couldn't allow me to do that. So I knew that I can't even apply for that because I'm wasting my time. But there are other opportunities that I was eligible for and I could apply for. So I would say like the important thing is to know, like to do a self-evaluation and see what are the opportunities that I can be eligible for and what I need to pursue them. For instance, currently there is Makerere University is open for application, but they ask for $75 for application fee. I know that I can't pay that. For instance, if I was in a refugee camp, I can't afford that. The opportunity is there, but I know that, my financial background couldn't allow me to apply for that. So I think that's what I can say. For instance, the application for Art Universities is closed now. They closed in January. So I think it's important to keep in touch with people who share those scholarship opportunities. For instance, for now, the only applications that I know that they're open, there's Makerere University. There is also this university in Canada, but I quite can't recall the name. But I think it's always important to keep eye on, people who share opportunities. LinkedIn is a great resource. There are some other organizations that, update different opportunities on their website. So, I mean, like just keep eye on opportunities and see if you're eligible for them.
Amazing. That's interesting. Yeah. Just see whether you're eligible and submit your application. Again, as you said, I think people also need to reach out to some people. Maybe if someone shares maybe an application, you need to reach out to them to know more about the application that maybe they have shared. We also have people here who are under different scholarship opportunities here. In fact, here on the call, I think so. So if maybe you apply to master's a scholarship, MasterCard a scholarship, we have people here who maybe applied and they got accepted. I think it's also a good way to reach out to them. We have, I think, like Shema is under MasterCard a scholarship. If you have a question, maybe you can reach out to any person whom you feel like they can support you in terms of a specific scholarship, because each scholarship, I believe, they have specific scholarship requirements. And the best thing is to reach out to a person maybe who has more content regarding the same as Solange is saying. Yeah, that's nice, Solange. Thank you so much. Maybe if someone has a question, you can just ask. You can ask Miriam, you can ask Solange. If it's even a general question, you can also go ahead and ask.
I do have a question.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I just joined now, and I don't want to take you guys back to where you started. But what is this scholarship about, and who's providing it?
I think that's for Solange.
Yeah, that's a great question. We're not discussing on a specific scholarship that may be at the university or any university. We are talking about, like scholarships in general, because there are a lot of them and they're for us, to grab. But again, as we say, they're very competitive. So you have to make sure that you are, competitive as well. Like you compete with, thousands of young people who are willing to secure these scholarship opportunities. So what we are talking about here is the challenges that we face as young people, especially those from marginalized communities, in accessing higher education. And also, how do we navigate those challenges? And how do we finally go to university? And how does that help us? How does that shape our future? How does education shape our future? I don't know if I've answered well your question, or yeah.
Yeah, you did. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Solange and Fifi. That's amazing. Any other?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much for the two speakers, Miriam and Solange. So I have two questions. The first question is about choosing your career, because we are having a lot of challenges when it comes to making a choice on which path to follow. So my question is, how do you strike a balance between what you love and what is feasible, taking into consideration the financial constraint? That's my first question. My second question is about networking. How do you network in a new environment? Because I heard, like, for Solange, she went to, is it Costa Rica, if I'm not wrong? So how do you make connections in those countries? Because I believe that your network is your net worth. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I can answer that, and those are two great questions, and I resonate with the two. As I mentioned before, I wanted to be a doctor. That was my vision when I was young, and so I kept applying for health related studies. Unfortunately, I couldn't get any of those, and I spent like 2 years trying to apply. I couldn't get in, my grades, or maybe, a lot of things really couldn't allow me to secure a scholarship in that. And I wasn't able to pay for myself. So what I did, I was like, okay, let me just look for an opportunity abroad and just go. So I applied in agriculture engineering, and it wasn't really that I was interested, especially in our African perspective. We're like, oh, even people who never went to school can do agriculture. So, like, you can't be any, there's nothing really interesting in agriculture. And that was my perspective as well, because I was like, okay, let me just go and study agriculture. I went, studied 4 years, but what I would say is really education is more than what we think. As you said, like connection, even traveling itself for my very first time, like taking my very first flight from Rwanda to Costa Rica, that was a life-changing opportunity that I've got. And so I did agriculture engineering, but I just felt that, like, what I thought agriculture was is actually, I was wrong. Like, agriculture is more than just taking a hoe and then go and farm. Agriculture is broad, it's very complex, and there are a lot of things that you can do in agriculture. But again, I didn't forget about my passion or my vision of giving back to the community, because I really wanted to be a change maker. And so taking agriculture and advocacy, those are two parallel things that don't even go together unless you're advocating for agriculture. But for instance, I've been advocating for the rights of refugees for the past 5 years now. And as you said, like, networking is really important. So what I think has really helped me is knowing what I want. Okay, I'm doing agriculture. Maybe that's not my passion. I mean, that wasn't my passion at the time. And I knew my passion was really to support people, helping others. And what I did was, doing the two separately and making sure that they're all, like, being beneficial to me and to my society. So that's how I started my advocacy. That's how I started networking with people, reaching out to people. It's not always necessarily that people will come up, will reach out to you, or you just meet people in a conference. No, you can just even texting someone, on WhatsApp or on LinkedIn or on Facebook, on Instagram. That's how I started really networking with people, and that's how I started getting opportunities. That's how I started seeing organization, trusting in me. That's how I became a UNHCR young champion. That's how I started traveling, across the globe to advocate for the rights of refugees. So one thing that I would say, to be brief, is it's really hard most of the times to get what you want. For instance, currently I know that I want to pursue things related to public policy or international development, but what if I don't get the scholarship in that? Or what if I don't, get what I want? But maybe there is something that I can do that can help me, maybe in 5 years, to finally land in that opportunity that I've been always looking for. So one thing I would say is know what you want. Even if you do something that it's not your thing, at least keep having that vision in your mind of something that you want to do. And I wish that we can get the opportunities that we want, but unfortunately sometimes it happens other way around. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Solange. I think you mentioned something like you can do something that you don't feel like maybe you don't want to do. Not that it's your thing, but it's because maybe it's the opportunity that is available. I can maybe we have seen this happening. Someone just rejects a scholarship because it does not follow under their passion or their career. The one who rejects the scholarship has no any other scholarship option. So I don't think even it makes maybe some sense. You don't have a scholarship opportunity and you are rejecting the one that is presented to you. So as you said, I think you can do it, but still sticking on what you want to do. If another opportunity comes, you can go ahead and pursue it. I think we have seen this happening, especially in different areas. People rejecting opportunities and they don't have any other. And as you said, education is not just about going to school. Education is beyond what we think. Yeah, that's really, really amazing. Miriam, I think you can add something on career, something.
Yeah, so I do agree with most things that Solange has mentioned, but I'm just gonna add and say that it's good to follow your passion when you can, because we get lost in following careers and following things, and sometimes people push us in the wrong direction, not wrong direction per se, but like what they think is right for us. But you yourself, you know what's right for you, you know what you're capable of, you know your abilities, and you know what you like. It's one thing to have a career that you're pursuing just for a career, but it's another thing to have something that you can be passionate about, that you can wake up in the morning and go and do with your full energy. It's a real torture to do something for a long time if you don't have any interest in it. So yeah, just try to align your passion with your education. And about the whole scholarship thing, to get here is quite hard, especially for I can't really be like it's an easy thing to actually like get scholarships and be like get, because there's so many people applying to the same position that you're applying to, and you're trying to be to stand out. That's basically it. You're trying to stand out. So for the scholarship part, I feel like if you apply for, don't stick to one thing. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's what I can say. Don't put all your hope in one thing. Apply to different places, apply to different things. Don't be like, I will stick to this and that's it for me. And if I can get in, that's it for me. No, that's not always in life. Have a plan A, plan B, plan C. Have something that you can be like, if this doesn't work out, then this will. Because that you are always expecting something, like it's either you succeed or it's either you have another plan that will make you succeed. That's the reality of life. So what you have to do is, don't put all your hope, don't put all your energy on one thing. Just like if you're applying, what I did was, I got in, and I got into a program where I was able to do studies which can take me to different careers. I didn't just go to one career and be like, I am going straight to nursing and that's it. I can go to nothing else. But I made sure I have classes that will actually take me to something else, because you never know. And you always have to plan for a different route. You always have to plan for a different way. That's just a reality of life. And just for anybody trying to apply or trying to get into something, just remember, your first focus is your passion. Your first focus is something that you're actually interested in. Don't hear people telling you that it is impossible. I hear people saying that medical school and stuff like that and stuff, and law school and all other schools are hard to get in. Yes, they are hard, but they're possible. There are students there. So you don't have to be like, it is impossible for me to get in. Apply to your passion, apply to your interest, but also don't put all your hope there. Make a plan B, make a plan C. Always have a plan in your life, a backup plan. That's always the goal. Have a backup plan. And about balancing with the financial, I guess that's the whole point of scholarships, really. They do help you with the financial stuff. Like they help you to, like for me right now, I don't pay my tuition. I basically, here it's even more helpful. I am on two things. I'm on a scholarship and I'm also on student loan. It does help, so I don't really have to pay tuition in that. Scholarships does lower your tuition fees and helps you kind of push your dreams further. That's all I can add to it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. That's interesting. Yeah, it's great to follow your passions, as you say. And I don't think it's good maybe to do something that you're not interested in. After doing that, you end up maybe just living it just like that. I think it's very, very, very important to follow your passion. If what you want to maybe you wish to follow does not work out, you go to another plan. As you said, you should have different plans: plan A, plan B, and C, something like that. you have seen people just applying for one scholarship. You just apply and sit down waiting for the response. We have several people competing for the same scholarship. So I think it's great to not to put your hope just in one basket, as you say, applying to multiple scholarship opportunities and even being open to different career pathways. I think it will help you. That's something amazing. Any other questions?
I think I just wanted to add something. I think there's people are asking for sources. I think this is something that we're gonna be working with everybody. We want to make sure that these opportunities we can, work with you and to find a way to help you apply, whatever you need. I think these are leaders that are here to help you and connect with these speakers, our guests, make sure that we have all those resources available to share with you. And always reach out if you have any questions regarding, scholarships and education.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. CEO. That's interesting. Any other questions before we proceed to the next part of our agenda?
Just a quick question to what Fisto said. And these scholarships are available to any country, right? Like in any country.
Yeah, it should be, and not any. So for now we're working. We're operating in Kenya, Canada, and in the United States. Mostly in Kenya because we have a lot of young people that are struggling. A huge group of diverse group of young people that are struggling in terms of education. They finish their primary and they don't get to go to secondary or they don't get to go to universities because of their background or they don't have money or something like that. But these young people are smart and they're dedicated to go to school and get education. So I think mostly we're trying to get these young people in Kenya to access education. And same thing in Canada and the United States. I wouldn't say that we have a full plan in the United States of exactly how we're going to be helping young people, but we already started doing some work around trainings and all those kind of things. But yeah, that's the plan. And actually, yeah, in a few years, we're going to be able to go around the world and change young people's lives. That's a mission.
All right, thank you so much. You guys are doing amazing. Thanks for what you're doing for the community.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you so much. That's amazing. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes, please.
My name is James. I'm from Nairobi. So my first question is that I'm on the WhatsApp group. Whenever you send those scholarships links, you don't give enough details. So you just throw it like that, and we are like, what should we do? So a lot of opportunities just pass by because of lack of more details. You don't send what do they really require. Then my second question is that we have a big group of people who have just finished their studies and they lack employment. So what should we do as refugees who are living in these foreign nations? Because there is a high level of unemployment, and so many young people get discouraged because of our grand brothers, our big brothers who are not working. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think I can answer that. So you see that we have a specific group for the youth, especially those who have completed high school and they are willing to proceed to post-secondary studies. Yeah, we do share those opportunities on that platform. But you say that maybe we don't give more information regarding the same. I can assure you that once an opportunity is shared on that WhatsApp group, and maybe you reach out to a specific person who has shared that scholarship opportunity or a job opportunity, you will be able to get support. People can reach out if that person maybe has no more maybe information regarding the same, they're able to refer you to another person. So if someone shares a scholarship opportunity, someone might share and maybe they don't have any maybe information regarding the same. So if you reach out to them, they can refer you to another person who can give you the necessary support. Or if that specific person has more information regarding the same, they are able, in fact, even to take you through the application process. You have people there who are willing to support you, people who are maybe under MasterCard scholarship, people who are under DAFI. They are there, in fact, on the same group, willing to support people through the application process. Even the job opportunities are shared there. If someone shares the same, just reach out to them. If they're not able to help you, they might have more information regarding what they have shared. Yeah, and I think from the statistics, I think the group is doing a great and a perfect job here, and many people are benefiting from the same.
And if I can add more, I become very sensitive and emotional when a young person talks about lack of opportunities and job opportunities and educational opportunities. I think it's one of the reason why young people like me and the other young people that I'm working with in Kenya, in Canada, are doing this job. That this is why we're determined. We have the passion to do this work because of young people that are struggling now, especially this time. I remember a few years ago, 2 years ago, I think, Mumre, when I came back to Kenya, I came for like a job appointment to work with young people in Kenya, with young leaders. And what I saw on the streets is there were young people that were given $1,000 to campaign for, political leader, and all they were doing is throwing rocks around and doing a lot of chaos stuff, and a lot of things were happening and people were dying, and my heart was just felt with a lot of pain because I couldn't take it. I couldn't see how young people are struggling in the community, citizens of the community struggling in their own community. It's such a big deal. And I realized that there's something that needs to be done. Young people need to come together and work together, create opportunities, create jobs, create leaders that really they deserve. And that's why I keep doing this. That's why I'm fueled up to do this work. And I'll tell you that in Kenya, especially you young men who shared, that's a big story. Like there's no opportunities, there's no jobs. I'll tell you that, my team in Kenya, we have a very strong team, and we're trying to build a very strong system where young people are going to get opportunities. A strong system that we're going to work together to bring everybody together and find the opportunities they need and work together. So for now, we're trying to, gather information, resources around in our community, connect with some organizations, whatever we have, we put it out there on our social media to connect with you. And if you realize that there's something for you, if you realize that there's something you like, you want to, take action, please reach out to our leaders, reach out to my team in Kenya. They're going to be able to help you. I think they're very strong, dedicated, and very educated young people. And they're very specialized in their job. So I have full trust in what they're doing. Reach out to them. They're going to be able to help you until we can build our system and build the strongest system we need to be able to help you fully. So I really appreciate you sharing that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Shema is saying that he's under the MasterCard Foundation Scholarship, and I think in the previous call they have supported 41% of refugees. In fact, this is a high number. What's needed is just to stay alert, as he's saying, and also make a step forward, be committed, and apply to that scholarship. Yeah, that's really really amazing. Yeah, if you need support, you can reach out to him. I think he'll be able to help. Yeah. Maybe one more question, then Fiston can just give us an overview of importance leadership, because I can see our time is almost.
Hi, Pacific.
Hi, Fabiola.
Okay, I'd like to talk about a scholarship that is usually offered by Southern New Hampshire University for people who are based in Nairobi. So it was mentioned that there are scholarships that are sent in the community groups that the young people belong to. And so what I would urge each and every person who is interested in those opportunities, maybe you might not find enough information as you would have liked before you start applying, but I believe that there is always contact information. So reach out to them and ask them all those questions that you feel like you'd like answered before you start applying for the opportunity or as you're applying for the opportunity. Also, regarding Southern New Hampshire University, it works in partnership with Jesuit Refugee Service, also known as JRS. So we normally send a call of application for refugees to apply. And also we also take the host community, the vulnerable host community. So kindly, when you see it, apply it. It is not biased in any way. There is a form that you fill, and then after that, you're called for interviews. And when you pass, then you qualify for the opportunity where you get full tuition fee catered for. So, and learning materials provided for you. So what you have to do is put in commitment and be ready to learn. So I would urge each and every one of you, just reach out to us. Ask how you can go about it. Ask if there is any opening around, so that in case there is any opening, at least you'll be the first person that comes to mind. And also, when you get those opportunities, kindly don't stay with them alone. Share them with the community so that it can benefit as many people as possible, because you know that education is very important and it is what we can use to bring change to the world. Thank you. Back to you, Pacific.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Fabiola. That's really amazing. You mentioned about SNHUs, and I can say that I can say it's my scholarship. It's the one that uh, sponsored me to pursue my secondary studies. It's a great scholarship opportunity. And if you need more information regarding the same, Fabiola, I think she's an academic coach there. She has more information than you might think. She is able to help you. She can take you through each and every thing regarding the same application. Yeah, it's everywhere in Rwanda, Malawi, South Africa, Lebanon, Kenya. If you need more information regarding the SNHU scholarship, you can reach out to Fabiola. She will be able to help you. That's amazing. So, Fiston, you can go ahead and give us the overview, importance leadership, as we proceed.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. And can you see my screen?
You can, yeah.
Okay. So before we proceed, I would like to I would like my leaders to share the emails in the chat. I think there's people who are asking to connect with you. So I think I also shared the website. If anybody want to reach out through our website, we're going to be changing our website soon, but this is what we're using for now, and you can reach out to us through that too. We're going to be able to get your information, your questions, and also anybody who ask a question on the Zoom chat. We're gonna go back and look at those questions, and we're gonna reach back to you. If you can leave your email address or any contact information, we can reach out to you and give you information you're asking for. So importance leadership, I really want you guys to understand who we are. So you get a clarity of exactly what we do and what we intend to do. And I'll just share when I started importance leadership in 2019. I was finishing up my high school, and I felt like I wanted to express my thoughts, work with the other young people, creating something that is going to help young people, especially next our next generation, our next leaders. And I think it's our responsibility as young people to envision, to become vision leaders, to become passionate about the future. Because if we don't have a passion for our future, I don't think we would understand, our potential power, and we wouldn't understand our leadership capacity, and we wouldn't understand what our communities need. And I'll tell you, like, a lot of things are broken now into the world. I see a lot of things happening in the United States and other countries, and I think it's our responsibility to think how we can come up with a solution and change our lives, because we cannot be victims of history and ignorance that continues to happen around the world. So importance leadership, it's only about empowering leaders, inspiring excellence. That's our motto. And we envision to mobilize, inspire, and empowering youth to become change makers through education and advocacy. And my experience within the work of advocacy, because I've been doing advocacy for 5 years now, I realized that everything, education, leadership, business, everything has advocacy part. You have to have skills to advocate for your own career. I think you have to have the skills to advocate. And this is one of the things that we want to do in importance leadership. We want to educate young people of how to advocate, how to become their own advocacy for their own career, for their own communities, for their own families, and to inspire the society we live in. And that's what we do. Our mission, basically, this is how I break things down. Our mission is to empower, inspire, and mobilize. So I believe in my capacity of leadership. And for me to believe in my capacity of leadership, I have to believe in other people that are around me. So I can make changes, but I cannot make changes if I don't have support from other young people around me. And so our job, if we want to succeed as young people, our job is to empower, inspire, and mobilize other young people. And this is, the sharing resources, you know, helping each other to maneuver all these issues we have, scholarships, poverty, you know, like war happening in our communities. I think this is our responsibilities. We're supposed to empower others and to unlock potential power we have within us. And also inspiring each other, foster excellence and social consciousness. Like, I think if we understand what's happening in our community, if we understand what's happening in our own circle, then we would understand exactly the future of that. You know, if we understand the future of the war happening, we are more likely to feel more conscious, to have more consciousness about social around what's happening, and we're more likely to respond and to react on the issues that are happening. And we cannot make changes just by talking. We cannot make changes just by hoping. You have to be hopeful, but you have to also have a plan. There's no future with just hope. There's future with hope and planning. And that's what we want to do with young people around the world. Our vision, we want to be inclusive world. We want to develop leadership. We want to become a global community. That's what we want to build around us. And to us, it's really not about who you are, where you come from. It's about your status. You know, we have a lot of young people that are struggling. And I've had a conversation with young people in one of the universities here. And we were having some sort of debate. And we talked about how some young people are born with a lot of support, financial. They're not worried about what's going to happen in their college. They're not worried about their scholarships. I mean, as school fees. They're not worried about what they're going to wear, what they're going to eat. But we also have young people that does not have even food to eat. They don't have clothes to wear. They don't have shoes. They go to school to school without shoes on. We have those young people. We have those communities, right? But there's no excuse. And that's life, right? There's no excuse. It doesn't matter who you are, you still have to make it. You still have to become successful. And that's the goal. But within, at the importance of leadership, we understand that there's those gaps. There's young people that are still struggling, that have no resources. And we want to bridge those gaps to help those young people to get where they need, whether it has to be jobs, whether it has to be scholarships, education, whether it has to be, mental health issues, anything really can become a barrier to education. I think it's our job to work together with the young people, our leaders, and to create resources to help those young people, and to connect as a global, to connect as a community, and to bring every young person in our communities together, to show them courtesy and to show them respect and to give them the opportunities they deserve, regardless who they are, regardless where they come from, without having to judge whether they're poor or refugees or immigrants or whatever. I think we're all humans and we have to respect human values. I might be taking long, but I'm just gonna finish right now. Our programs, we have a lot of programs, but I'm just gonna mention a few: leadership trainings, environmental education, life skills development, advocacy initiatives. Within these programs, there's a lot more things that we do to bridge those gaps. We might have young people that are not ready to take on these leadership trainings. We might have some young people that are not ready to be a part of the environmental education. Maybe some of young people are not, they're not, they don't want to take on these things. Maybe they're not skilled enough or they're not interested. I think we try to do everything we can to bridge those gaps, to make sure that we create leaders that are going to become important and powerful and passionate leaders in our communities, in our families, in our society. So I've had a lot of I've seen a lot of messages, people messaging me saying that how do we connect with your team? Like, I want to work with you, I want to collaborate with you, I want to do some projects with you. And if some of those young people are here, I really genuinely apologize. We haven't built a system where we can collaborate with other organizations yet. To my end, we're trying to make that happen, and we've tried. We've already worked with some few organizations, but we are not ready to work with many organizations now. But we want to hear from you. We want to work with you. We want you to help us to help you. So if you really have any questions, you want to be a part of this work, you want to be a part of leadership, you want to be a volunteer, you want to be our ambassador, supporter, donor, I think this is an opportunity that you can reach out to us. We want to connect with you in all aspects to build future leadership. So I think any way that you would want to connect with us, I think we're here to collaborate. We're here to work with you in anything. So our impact, we want to be, we want to transform lives. We want to change our communities. I really feel painful of what's happening in our communities, in our countries. It's my responsibility to end the war happening, conflict. We have a lot of racism happening. We have a lot of, corruption. It's our responsibility to end corruption in our communities, in our countries. So I think we can start from our communities, changing our communities, our local communities, and this is part of our responsibility. And this is what we want to be known for. And this is our impact. And we want to inspire more leaders. So not only that we have Pacific here, we have Muhumure Pacific, we have everybody who's a leader here. I don't want to mention names because everybody's a leader. But I want to see you guys getting out and actually multiplying leaders, creating more leaders in your communities, in your organizations. You might have some opportunities we need. We have opportunities you might need. We want you to bring those leaders, those young people that needs trainings, so we can train them and make them leaders into your organizations, make them leaders into your communities, and make them leaders in their schools. So that's our mission, that's our vision, and that's what we want to achieve. I'm sorry I took too long. I think it's a long presentation. I just wanted to make it very short. Thank you, Pacific. Thank you for listening to me, y'all. And if anybody has a question, I would answer any questions. But now I'm going to have to mute myself. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. That's really interesting. Thank you for sharing the organization overview. And we really appreciate you for the great job that you are doing. You are really, really, really doing a great job. And we believe that Importance Leadership is there because of you. And it will achieve more than maybe beyond what we might think here. You are really doing a great job. And as you said, there are some people who have been reaching out regarding volunteer. So, I think the Kenyan team is working on the same. So people who are willing to volunteer with Importance Leadership, it's open. So if you want to reach out, you can reach out and you will be able to participate in a way that you wish can support the organization. That's really, really amazing. Yeah. And there are some people requesting for email. I think maybe Miriam can share the email. Solange, you can also share. There are some people who are requesting for the same, maybe for follow-up questions regarding the presentation. And I think it will help all of us here. In the chat box here, people are doing a great job. Someone saying that I'm really interested in doing leadership and I would be able to get any organization offering a course. Can you share to us your links, addresses in the chat for any follow-up questions and clarifications? Yeah, I think Fiston, you can also share your email address here. It will help. Fabiola is also shared, so you can reach out to Fabiola regarding this NHU scholarship, which is the best. It's the best scholarship, and she will be able to help you. Solange also will share the address, and you can be able to reach out to her regarding the global scholarship opportunities that she has access to. And Miriam is also sharing the email address. You can reach out to her in terms of scholarships and any questions that you might have. Yeah.
And there was a question from Ellie Sengiyumva. The question, do you work in Rwanda? Do you want to answer that, Pacific? I think I can answer that. I think we would like the opportunity to work with young people in Rwanda, but we don't have anything yet in Rwanda. But we would like the opportunity to work with young people in Rwanda. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, people participating here, which is something interesting. The chat box is very, very active. Someone is saying that you motivate us and you could maybe please also provide some sources for us to be able to get scholarships. As you said earlier in the main problem. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, people, you can reach out to Solange, you can reach out to Fabiola, you can reach out to Miriam. They will be able to share with you what they have been sharing here. And you are also open to reach out to any other person that can help you regarding the same.
Pacific, I was wondering how much time do we have? I was gonna ask a question in the audience if there's any person that is here with any organization that would like to, like, maybe 30 seconds share about the organization. Maybe maybe we can open that opportunity in the future for people to share about the organizations if they're here within organization or individuals. I think it's important to hear from other different organizations that are joining.
Yeah, thank you so much. We have 5 minutes. If someone can share regarding the same, that's well and good. Yeah. That's Fifi. You guys are doing amazing work. Honestly, very inspired of the changes you all are making in our community. Could you kindly share the website to those who want to learn more about your organization? I think Shema can share the website. That's amazing. Thank you. You have people joining from different organizations, as Fiston is saying. I can see many people here from different organizations in Kenya. You can see Deo working with YVC, I think so. And they are really doing a great job. I think I've seen also Violet working with, I think, Duffy. They are really doing a great job here. If they have something to add on top, they can proceed here. We have like 4 minutes.
Eli Sengyumva, did you have anything you want to share? Do you run an organization in Rwanda? Do you have anything you want to share?
Okay, thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. And if you can go on a video so we can see you live, if that's okay with you, if you're comfortable
Yeah,
with.
no problem. Now you can see me.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Erin Senjumva. I'm living in Kiziba Camp. I am studying in Kepra, but it has partnership. Now I'm currently working on my BA through the scholarship of Southern New Hampshire University. I think some of them you know, but I'm interested to know what are you doing or even other opportunity that people or someone can have. I think is that.
I think I think we want to partner with any organizations or any groups in schools. And I think that's something that the team has been doing. You can see we have Fabiola here, we have a lot of leaders. We have Pacific here, we have Shema. If you guys can go on the video so they can see you guys, I think these are young people you can reach out to, and they have shared their emails. And if you can share your information a little bit in the chat, because like I said, we're going to go back in the chat and read the emails, read the questions, and we'll get back to those people that had questions or asking for any information. So I think we're gonna be in touch with you, and there's more opportunities coming. There's more opportunities coming online here. We're gonna be doing a lot of trainings and probably debates. I think those are also important. But the most important part of this is actually to follow up with you guys, to follow up with everybody who's here. I don't think there's anybody who's here that is not looking for opportunities. And that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that we can reach back to you and letting you know that we have these opportunities and help you to engage with us and to engage with those opportunities and if it is scholarships or jobs, whatever you're looking for. I think that's what we want to do, and that's what's important right now. But we are willing to collaborate with any groups, any organizations, any individuals, and to work together. And so I think you're leaders, and I think with leadership skills, we all can create a safe environment, safe community, and that's what we hope for. But we have to have a plan, and I want you to continue engaging with us. Read our website. I think Shema has shared our website. Go over our website. Read more about what we do. Ask questions. You want to volunteer with us? There's a lot of opportunities to engage with the community, do community work, do advocacy. I think we're all in this together, so we have to work together. So make sure you reach out to us. Not this be the last time you come to Zoom or let not this be the last time you reach out to us. We continue to encourage you to reach out to us anytime. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Fiston. And Deo has also shared his email address. I think he's working with YVC, and you can reach out to him. Eli has also shared the email. Those ones may be interested can reach out to him. Yeah, thank you, Guy. Thank you for Importance Leadership for organizing this. I think it would not have been possible if you didn't think about the same. I really appreciate you so much for the great job that you are doing, and we hope for more workshops in future regarding the same. And I really appreciate our guest speakers. Miriam, thank you so much for sharing. I believe that we have been able to learn a lot regarding scholarships and also education. We really appreciate you for the words of encouragement, and I believe that many people have been inspired through what you've shared. Solange, the same thing. Thank you so much for sharing the scholarship opportunities that are available, your education journey and everything. We really appreciate and we thank you. I think we can thank you enough. You guys have done a great job. Yeah, again, for our participants, those ones who have been able to join the call, thank you for your time. Thank you for participating, and we hope to meet you, in fact, in similar sessions that we'll be organizing soon here. Thank you so much, and have a great time wherever you are.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, someone said they wanted Fiston WhatsApp number. That's John. We are going to share that. Yeah.
Yeah, please share my number with anybody asking for.
Bye bye, guys. See you next time.